Well, we're back to go right away here on map number 2, and already in this pistol round, and ATK a long road ahead of them. They're going to need to do something big here. Swisher on a 1-on-3, but it ain't going to happen at all. Laz and Paladin here to see if Strife can take this thing with a 2-0.
And they've already started off strong, continuing the momentum from Anubis, picking up the pistol pretty clean. 3 players alive. Guns are out, but there should be a force back from ATK. I think we have a little bit of a force by war here brewing. And it's just going to be a flyout from 4 different players on this mid position. Bowden charging up catwalk. So much real estate being taken, but Claysia's already here in ladder.
Yeah, some good. There's even Aris now. There we go. He does able to find that, and again, another opening here. Strife, this has been such a, again, like such a big, moment for them, because again, they're finding these opening duels on these CT sides. They're winning those opening exchanges, which just gives them the man advantage, which makes it even harder for ATK to bring things back. And you can see they're a little bit stuck in the mud here. I mean, they have that mid control. They got the lurk here from Swisher, kind of, just baiting things out, and B Apartments. MisteM going to probably get caught here, and there's Stamina. Trying to find 2. He's not able to. DJ does win that fight just barely. But Strife, once again, they just take the kill feed, and they make it down to a 1-on-4.
As soon as they get that mid control and you've got, I think, Bowden boosted up on Cat there, you've got to try to find something early, because the fact of the matter is you don't have any utility to extend the round out. You've got to take that map control and you've got to seize it and actually do something with it. This time around, ATK can actually capitalize, and as soon as those smokes fade, the CT crossfire comes in and it's deadly. The mid fight, the cat fight all go in the CT's favor. Strife converted pretty comfortably, all things considered. And ATK, if they've got to take a save, another very well orchestrated round there from Strife.
And right now, ATK, I mean, they are sitting in this map alone. I mean, they do have a bit of a hot streak right now. They have taken 3 Ws in a row. Some of them have been nail biters, to say the least, but they will take them regardless. I mean, I know back in early April, they were able to have a 22-20 win over Detonate, and even beating teams like Timberman and, of course, Detonate again. But none the wiser, it's still a good thing to notice here. Trades coming back and forth a little bit from both sides. Deagles here for the inventory of ATK with no utility to spare. I mean, this is all about, just doing damage. This is just about, slugging it out.
Ooh, and Greg actually gets like another. But that lurk is not necessarily going to cause too much concern. Claysia is the B anchor here. They're going to try to punish him with these 55 seconds left on the clock. Wreck has been spotted. That lurk is still available. But ATK actually pulled the ripcord. MisteM decides to send the troops to the connector instead. Try to crunch on this mid player of Claysia, and this connector player of Darty does go down, but they actually aren't accounting for Claysia. What a flick from DJ. And somehow, someway, we're in a 1v2. Are they aware of how close Eris is? No, they're not. Huge clutch there to win out. But man, did it get close.
Man, that was, like I talked about, it was a bit of a slugfest, right? And there we go, ATK almost able to bring that through. And again, that was just deals. There was literally no utility at all. Here we go, though. Round number 4, guns are going to be on the board here for ATK. No op, of course, but those AKs are ready to go. No op here for Strife. They're going to just keep the M4A1Ss out. Not even an A4. Very interesting. Not one. Claysia does get overwhelmed, but he just spams it through. I mean, overwhelmed with the smoke, but it doesn't even matter to him at all. Taking down DJ. That's a good opening start already again for Strife.
Yeah, I mean, the spray is a little bit easier on the A1S, but to get that full 20 bullet mag in that same spot is never going to be easy. But Claysia is definitely mechanically skilled enough to pull that off. Big 5v4 for Strife to sit on. They actually completely give up mid control, because they know Eris can take all of this space in A. He hasn't cleared out main particularly, so Bowden still lies in wait. Actually, I say that. Eris is now doubling back. He should have Bowden dead to rights. Oh, matter of timing. Oh, 4-3.
Double checked it. How did he not see that?
4-3.
Oh, man. You could see he looked twice too. Like it almost looked like I thought he knew, and then he was gonna do some kind of like quick little flick of the wrist and be like, "Ha! I know you're here. I'm just kidding." But no.
Bit of a shadow thing.
Yeah, I think so. Now Stamina here being the anchor in this site. A big task for him to hold things down, but it's only a one and done here. Smoke's coming in. ATK getting themselves here with the bomb. Bowden able to find another kill. So now Infinite on a 1-on-3 does succeed taking down Swisher. But now he's got two players that are pretty much fully equipped here in terms of the HP department. Bowden with 99. We'll have to see what Infinite can do. He does have some utility, but Reck does find him in the crosshairs, and there we go. ATK, they will bring back the gun round.
They got a bit of a boon there. Even with that mid control, it felt like things were going to fall apart. If Bowden goes down, I mean, it is just that connector prong. Stamina also got one, and at that point, it would have been very easy for Strife to convert that retake, but ATK find a lifeline. They whip at it, and they think strong to get there first. It does relegate Strife into a double eco situation, so 4 Deagles out. Pistol 5-7 for Darty. But there is a real route for ATK to get right back into this. The damage from that second round, real repercussions for that.
All right, now Stripe, you have those smokes, right? So they're going to try to slow down the aggression. Maybe not, but Klasia does go down. Smalley actually might be a bit of a problem. There we go. Infinite, you got to get out of there. It's costly. Down to 21. Oh my, he goes for the big old swing. He's able to hit one run, but there we go. Not much more than that. Deagles are starting to get a little bit of a reply. A man advantage now for ATK. The 3-on-2. They have this B site. CTs are spread out. You have a player coming on Cat. He's going to get eaten alive. So now it's just down to Darty with a 5-7. Unless he can do the impossible right now. He gets already spotted. He runs out. No way does he land that kill, Paladin. This is crazy. Already now, he's getting some good footing. Spots MisteM, goes for this firefight, Ooh. Not able to succeed, but it's a good attempt and it's a valiant one at best.
Yeah, the crosshair was nearly there onto MisteM, but the long range 5-7, it's a tough shot to land. It does relegate Strife to default pistols at this point. ATK, they found that lifeline that Bowden was offered up, and they're trying to run with it as much as possible. Should be able to equalize things and should be able to get a lot of momentum back into the T side of camp. They needed this last.
Yeah, they definitely did. So they had a little bit of time to kind of figure themselves out, right? I mean, ATK were just non-existent here for map number 1. And just keep in mind that they have to win this map to keep things going to a best of 3. This round's a little bit of a write-off. I mean, again, there's not much investment here from the CT side. Stamina getting a little consolation prize, so that's all good with the USP. Not long for this world at all, but now it's just Klasia by himself, a USP and a dream. Might be able to find this kill of DJ, possibly. Could be a free one. Does pick up that AK. This could be big for him. If he can save this Paladin, this could be huge for him.
Yeah, the mission now at this point is to save. But Swisher catches them out. The aim punch is too strong. Klasia can't hold on to it. Perhaps there was a route out if he was able to connect that kill, but no harm, no foul. They have a buy in the next. You just would have liked to have that AK on the CT side. AWP for Stamina out. First real buy-on-buy action here. But, you know, there are a couple of concessions errors for that FAMAS.
It really is, and again, like, we haven't seen the op yet in this map, but Stamina does have it ready to go. We saw him actually just landing some clean shots on Anubis, but well, I guess the question will be if he can do it again here for map number 2. Flash is coming in, a little bit of a distraction coming in from ATK. The bomb's not even making that commitment. Instead, it's going to be Reck and Swisher trying to do something, and there's Darty. He's already able to find, again, that opening. I feel like Strife just like almost have 100% success rate on that, Paladin. Like, I mean, I don't want to talk about statistics, but oh my goodness.
And they actually were trying to sell a little bit of a fake, hopefully trying to draw some rotations and go into that B bomb site, but it doesn't work out. They pull the ripcord. I'm not necessarily sure what the plan is here from MisteM. They found mid control yet again, and Bowden's just going to try to inch his way through Cat. See if he can get Alfred up anything. Reck does hit a blinder of a shot in Harris. That's not an easy one. It's a sliver gap at best. And Bowden activates with his patience on Ticket. And now they can charge their way into this A bomb side. Darty is caught between a rock and a hard place. Gets the first, but a lot more on his plate at this point. Needs at least one more if he wants to have a round at this. He does get another one offered up by Bowden into the 2v2. Bomb does get to go down, and Infinite snipes one away. So into the 1v2. Swisher.
Oh, that's
huge spam.
Man, this is huge. Now Swisher's low. He's already below 50. Down to 1. Look at that. All that utility has landed. Anything will land, and he's gone. Smoke's going to block off the vision here, too. The bomb in a bit of a disadvantage. I mean, he could be able to find this lineup, maybe. Bit of a fake top, but no commitment yet. So now they're going to start sticking it. Get off of it, and there it is. There's the spam through. That's what we were talking about, and there we go. Strife will be able to put back at themselves in this lead position.
You gotta give credit to Darty there, man. 2 huge frags from him at the back of Tetris. And that really goads Strife into going for that. And Infinite was offered up another kill on jungle. I don't think Eris was aware of how fast Infinite was into that position. And the 1v2 is really hard for Swisher to overcome. Gets very uncomfortable with all that utility damage. And we're right back to winning ways for Strife. They do take a lot of heavy casualties, losing 3 players. So they're not out of the woods just yet. But they definitely have at least a stronger buy to defend that honor with.
Solve the op here for Bowden as well. So we got the op and op duel. Swisher just going to wait things out on A ramp. Bomb still, again, just in the back. Portions of A ramp, nothing to worry about here. So ATK do have control. Bowden getting ready to throw some util. Could be an A crunch here. I mean, you got the 2 players. I believe that's MisteM as well as Rex. So they're going to come through connector. They're going to try to, you know, slice into this site, which actually could be good timing because if you can see this, I mean, both Seven and Clasia, sorry, they've been able to make the rotates in already. And there's a good kill. 1-2 punch. And there we go. That's an open site. There it is, just like you said.
That's more like it. I mean, I gotta give credit to MisteM. He understands that mid control has been given to him almost, I think, every round at this point. And without having to use any utility, they could just waltz up connector. That was a full contact play. And as soon as I believe Darty goes looking for a little bit of information there, Reck rips his head off, and the site player is caught in an island. There's no way that he can get out of that scenario. So very, very well thought out round there from MisteM, trying to keep it a little bit more simple. Understands that mid control is that win condition, and he's running away with it. So another equalizing round for the T's, and a save for Strife means that they're not going to have the prettiest of buys in the net.
But at least they can keep this op and the AK kind of in the rotation too. And I mean, we have seen them in worse situations before in the past and other seasons as well. But we'll have to see what this roster can do with this kind of a situation. MP9's coming in, from Moss coming in. I'm kind of for it. I feel like they should just force up and work around with both an AK and an op. I feel like that's probably the right call.
Yeah, it's not a bad call. I mean, you do know that ATK's money has been getting pushed. And again, they're just going to go out mid. Strife not even bothering with it whatsoever. You've got a little bit of a duel from Eris, but that's about it. He drops the smoke defensively. But again, connector control being taken by ATK. And they can just abandon ship. They don't even have to do anything with this. They'll post up Wreck onto the top of window, have a sightline onto the ladder, and they'll potentially be able to pivot back into underpass to rejoin with Bowden and DJ, or they can go Cat, but it seemed like the former is the option that we're going to go with this time around.
This is a good commit too. I mean, again, you just have that lurk from Wreck and mid again, just kind of waiting things out, catching the rotates. You got executes coming in now. 2 players going to be here for the B site from Strife though. And there's Infinite. He isn't able to find that one. Clasia, sorry, able to find that second. And now they're starting to clean this up a little bit. Bowden finally puts the AWP to a little bit of work here for some kind of a reply. And now it's a bit of an awkward fight. MisteM going to try to walk through the smoke. Bowden does find it, but Clasia, oh my goodness, I thought he was able to dodge bullets. He's not able to there. And now all down to the Bowden Master himself. A 1-on-2. Stamina low. He's able to take him down. Darty's been in big wreck, but no way! Bowden's able to find it. That's going to be the ace clutch right there for Bowden Master.
Oh, that's filthy. That's filthy. And that's the kind of impact that you're looking for from the Swedish Opper. He's been brought overseas for a reason. Huge kill there. A couple of kills there. I mean, I don't even think that there should be any world where Strife should be losing that. But Bowden finds a way through the smoke, through the fire and the flames, and pulls out a magical 1v2 into that ace clutch. It's caused quite the ruffle of feathers in the Strife camp. They immediately call a timeout, and rightfully so. Their money is absolutely snapped, and potentially their high momentum. You know.
Yeah, this is looking a lot more. A little bit of a pulse from this team, right? I mean, now they're coming alive. Like you said, Bowden, finally puts up some big numbers. An ace. I mean, the first one we've seen here, of course, for this BO3, but we didn't see him at all. He was just absent on map number 1. I mean, I think ATK as a group pretty much was altogether, but now this is becoming a lot more competitive. And let's not forget, again, this was the pick here for ATK. A lot of experience on this map. Some good work coming in from Strife. A little bit more of a lean, though, in this B site. They're going to put those Deagles and 5.7s on a bit of a stack, and I like this. And look at already now, Darty might be able to get this Swisher. I don't know what on earth that was. It was a little bit of a pre-fire. And now Molly's, it's going to be cooking in here in stamina. These barbecues well done.
Now it's Infinite's turn to go down as well. Boost up for Clay. Should be good for 1 at least if they decide to pounce onto this B bomb site. But they've got the opening on A. The bomb's rotating as well, and this boost should be nullified instantaneously. ATK climb onto 6th. Finally, somewhat of a lead to be happy about if you're MisteM and crew.
I mean, if Clay's going to be able to find a gun in this kind of a situation, I mean, I think that'd be the best case scenario right now, because I think Reck is kind of, yeah, there we go. They're both kind of close in quarters, but as soon as Reck drops and makes a noise, this is where Clasia should be able to find that. Oh, but he gives his position away. This could be an issue. He could have had that one pretty easily. He does get the kill, does pick up the AK. Can he survive this against DJ? And now everybody's just going for the full hunt. It's a DM session here in the B side, and there we go. No save at all, but at least they got the funds. This is where they can put money back on the board. Op's going to be purchased. Stamina's going to be able to have the big green once again.
What's the switch up now from Strife? They showed a little bit of aggression in the beginning of the half, but they've tapered. They've been giving a lot of respect to ATK thus far, and it's been costing them. So maybe try to actually vie for mid control this time around, or I suppose not. It's going to be again just it's not even like they're outright throwing too much utility in mid. It's just a window smoke and it's a flash. But there is no response from Strife. They're just honed on trying to hold on to connector. But at this point in time, it's a pull back from ATK. Instead of vying for all that control at bottom window or catwalk, they're just sitting in boxes. They're sitting at the top of mid at this point, hoping that there is some mid control being fought for by Strife in the mid to late round. But holding their horses are ATK and Strife. It's a bit of a standoff at this point.
Let's not forget too that, I mean, for Strife, I mean, their CT side is typically the strongest on paper on this map alone in ATK. This isn't their strongest. T side, I mean, it's pretty close, but I mean, it's about 49% here on the T side versus their CT. So the fact that ATK are already putting themselves in a 2-round lead is definitely something positive to see for all you ATK fans out here. But now look at the positioning again. They get this connector control, able to isolate this site. The closest player is Clasia. He could be a smoke demon here, and he might be able to run through it. No, but he gets red. That's the bomb drop, though. This could be huge. Darty needs to stay alive as long as possible. That smoke could just cause a lot of problems here. Oh my goodness. Swisher dunks on him. Back to a 2-2. Bomb's still dropped.
Bomb's
and now
down.
there's only 9 seconds remaining, and Stamina's able to find that there too. Strife, they reply back, and they don't lose a single person after the 2v2.
And look, I gotta give credit to Darty again, man. Huge kill to get in that mid to late round, and then dropping that smoke, stalling out for such a long time. It activates Infinite, it activates stamina, and they take care of business in that 2v2. As soon as that bomb gets dropped, it's all over Red Rover. Huge stuff there from the anchor. And I mean, impact from this guy up the wazoo. He's been doing fantastic work for Strife thus far. And I believe this is another pause called from ATK. It's a bit of a tech pause, but we should be into the action quickly here.
Yeah, I think so. And again, like, it is ATK calling it, but it is going to be Bowden with the AWP again. Man, $9,100 that's blown out of this. So a lot of investment for this one. But, you know, I love that, like, you made that point about ATK. They've been getting mid pretty much for free. Not much of a fight. And then they're doing such a great job in just getting that connector control, getting in these sites. But it seems to be the post plants that kind of be the problem, right? That's kind of the pressure point right now. And that's where Strife's been doing a little bit well to get themselves back into this game.
And I think that's what their game plan is, right? They're saying we can give up A. We give a lot of trust to Darty to stall for long enough or perhaps get enough of a multi-kill to make that retake that much easier. And so they're leaning a little bit more to that B side. You have a player playing on Cat. You have a player in mid rotating, particularly on that connector side for maybe a fast B rotate. And it's working out kind of so-so. I don't necessarily think that there's a right answer just yet. And again, they're just going to fly out mid. This time, MisteM a little bit quicker, Wreck as well. But Claycha has been watching for that chair angle. Eris here on top connector to watch if there's a cat aggression. But this early boost up for Wreck could be awesome for ATK if they want to actually go speed up off of this. But they're just going to actually hole up Wreck here. And he can honestly just sit here for the entire round. Maybe if they want to investigate at the B bomb site, he can have a late flank. If he wants to go into A, he can have a jungle flank as well. So super powerful position here if they don't want to take ladder control to CTs.
Positioning, and again, nobody's been hitting down. There it is, Wreck. There it is. He gets that starter, Darty. Man, he's just doing such a great job. Even again, just getting that kill and just kind of burning as much time. But this one's a little bit more short here. Bit of a trial run, and bomb's going to go down. Back to an equalized 3-3. Swisher make note he doesn't want to have that in the deck of cards here. But now DJ here from Palace to throw this down to Infinite with an MP9, trying to do the jump shooting. That ain't going to work, and there we go. 2-round lead still obtained from ATK. Putting Strife back into a bit of a blunder in terms of the money department. What do we see a little bit differently now?
I think you just got to take a save and think about how you want to go about the next round. You saw there, I mean, I was speaking about Wreck's advanced position. He pounces. As soon as he gets that jungle kill, boom. You know, you have the connector attack come in immediately after. They're aware that there's an underback player in shadow that is willing to fight, and they instantaneously take care of him. So very well done to ATK, but they're not out of the woods just yet. Into this 4v5. Immediate flash. Huge call there from Stamina. And it accelerates this B play, and they should be able to get this bomb site, but it's going to be tough to hold.
Yeah, and Infinite's close by, though. This is the 5-7. This is where it can do some big magic, and there it is. My goodness, and it's only Bowden able to find one kill, and that is a bit of a, you know, light purchase round. The op's not going to be able to get picked up, but man, oh man, if there was a round to win, that was it right there for Strife. And now look at what they're sitting on. Yeah, look at the money. ATK have nothing to work with. Just like that. Swept under the rug. And Strife now have a potential to bring this thing back to a 7-7.
Credit to Stamina for calling that pop flash play in an A main. It gives so much information. It gives them a 5v3. And that B play is completely pressured because of that A main pressure. They know that Strife should be aware of what's coming. And you got to give credit to Infinite for holding it down. They're just going to try to do a little bit of an app flood here to get that bomb down. It's too clean from Strife here. MisteM left up into a 1v3 clutch. No armor behind this AK. But he does take care of Stamina, so a lot of good damage being done. The CT economy is not pretty right now, so anything to go into round number 15 would be great for ATK.
Well, CSGO does have that molly. He did already burn it, but again, now there isn't molly here for Infinite. He could try to toss this just to get, you know, a bit of a clear. But they're instead going to gun up. CSGO's now going to group up with them, giving up that position. Instead of playing the one-on-one, now they're going to play the buddy system. This is a good call from them. At least that trade potential could be huge. Infinite goes for the peak a little bit quick, and all right, it'll work out. It's a little bit more scrappy than what we thought. That's pretty good for ATK, right? I mean, this was just a palace pop, and the fact it came down to 2 alive for Strife, that's something to take a little bit of note of here for ATK.
But they still have all the bells and whistles, Strife. It looks like the damage was irrelevant at that point. Timeout here being called for Strife, wanting to confirm the half win here while they still have the opportunity right at the buzzer of this first half. But ATK should still have everything going in their favor. Bowden will have the AWP out. He's, again, glass cannon. We've seen this happen a couple of times from him, but seemingly no impact when it is that glass cannon on T-side because he just can't get aggressive. He has to play a little bit more passive and has to really rely on being that post-plant magic maker. But before then, it feels like he's a bit of a liability, you know, not being able to play his normal play style.
Well, again, like you mentioned, I mean, mid is kind of again open up here. I don't know what just happened. Bowden's gone. I mean, nades just fly in, and he's gone. But I mean, the ops retrievable, so Swisher does have it. I mean, it's a little bit of a not what you normally see here. I mean, Swisher can. I have seen him off before, so I'm not going to take that away. But we'll have to see if he's going to keep that commitment. And it looks like he will. Now re-aggressing for mid control. A nice setup, though, from Strife, right? I mean, we got the 2-1-2. This is a tough situation for ATK. They need to find some kind of an opening now. And
even late mid control hasn't even been shoulder peaked by Strife. And again, another route into this B bomb site. You look, Infinite is caught alone. Stamina is rotating now. But there's a bit of a timer on this, and they've got to go.
Oh, beautiful shot from Stamina, too. Plays on bench, and now it's a Assault down to DJ. By himself. He's going to have to come up big with something. He does find that first. Looking for a little bit more. Has one piece of utility. He's going to burn it out the window. He's going to go for the peak, and there it is. It's an 8-7 half. We're going to take that short break as we get ready for half number 2.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
A nail-biter first half has now led to an 8-7 in favor, slightly here for the Strife side, and now we'll have to see if they have what it takes to making this a 2-0, or we go to a map 3. Laz and Paladin to bring that action here for the pistol.
Swisher starting off the proceedings quickly, opening and getting rid of that mid-prong. It's just a bomb site that's going to be under fire, but the crossfires are set up, the dualies are singing. 2v5 for Strife to overcome. But I don't think it's going to be happening here, Laz. ATK confirmed themselves the pistol, and they're right back to winning ways. A pretty back-and-forth Mirage, all things said.
Yeah, it really has, right? I mean, it feels like a bit of a teeter-totter. Like, you know, one team goes a bit heavier, they win some rounds, and the other side kind of bring things back. So, yeah, it's not been easy. This hasn't been an easy one to predict by any means. But again, like when you talk about it on paper, I mean, ATK, definitely a team that has a lot of experience on this map, a higher win percentage, but Strife also coming off a massive win here on map 1, showing some pretty good performances. And they do a little bit of a firing range here for ATK in mid, and that's a quick one.
Absolutely. And the buy just completely ready for Strife. Should be, yeah, 5 rifles across the board, no problem. One of all the utility at play, but should be enough for stamina to cook something up. And we're off to the races.
Yeah, not a lot of utility again. Like a couple players here fully equipped, but everybody else kind of scattered here, scavenging what they can here for the utility side for Strife. And they're already putting some good pressure here on the A ramp, and you have the one-on-one lurk a little bit through mid. Glazier's able to find a beautiful shot, though. Takes down Swisher. And that's a big one, too. I mean, that's the top fragger here for ATK. That's actually a really big pickup, in my opinion.
Yeah, and we've seen the amount of impact that he's been able to cause throughout the series, no matter how big or small. It causes MisteM to go for a little bit of aggression in his own right. I think he hears the footsteps of Stamina running above him. And with that movement, he's actually debating on calling over DJ as well to reinforce this side of the map. But Strife will cut noise and wait for these smokes to dissipate, activate this A play here.
Yeah, Strife gonna go back for the old A pop here. Still that lurk. Glazier's just waiting things out, making lots of noise. But the bomb is actually making its way towards the A side, and still 40 seconds left. But again, they either have to commit or they gotta get out, and they're gonna leave this. They do a bit of a fake, but surely ATK must have heard this. Bomb's making its way, so they don't have a lot of time to mess around here. Glazier has to make some clearing.
Look at Bowden.
This could be huge. Bowden might be able to cross them right here in the tracks. Stamina is going to clear that. That actually is Aris. He does clear it, so that's huge. So Bowden's down. They should be able to get into the site. And ATK, with Bowden going down, they might actually have to go for the save in this position.
Yeah, no, this is a save 100% of the time. They should be able to recover a rifle here for Rec. But unless he gets an early frag, this is not happening. And you can already see DJ and MisteM, they're nowhere to be seen. They're on the other side of the map. What a clear from Eris, man. I mean, I don't necessarily see somebody clear like that cleanly with 15 seconds to go. But that basically secures them the round. And it is just a round-defining kill, because if Eris even gets... so if Bowden gets even one kill there, drops a bomb, there's not enough time for them to even pick it up and ignore and get to the bomb site in time. So that's just a super impactful frag there from Eris. They find that round equalizing play there. 9-9 now, and another buy for ATK, but concessions are gonna have to start being made. Wreck with the FAMAS, and Swisher's got no armor.
I'm not sure what to make of this. Glass cannon. Committing to it. Now mid control coming in from Strife, but instead, you can see ATK, they're going to try to aggress through this. MisteM gets annihilated. He gets just taken out right away. Swisher blocked clear by the smoke. He was thinking he had a clean shot. Not the case now. Strife, they actually pull back on this mid control, go all the way around, pick up the bomb, and now they got a little bit of choices they can make. Again, they get themselves, you know, slight man advantage, but They have some lurks. They're going to try to do some good old fakes here, Paladin.
Yeah, it's gotta come down to Infinite to try and sell something, but so far ATK are not biting. I say that. DJ is considering leaving. The Swisher does get that all-important frag. That holds DJ's presence immediately, and it cancels this B play out from Strife. They've got to reorient themselves. Darty does have some mid control. He's gonna waltz his way up connector, but I don't think ATK is necessarily offering any backs turned here to potentially play things over.
Yeah, they're making a lot of noise too, right? So they're trying to, get these CTs to kind of catch themselves off and these rotates a little bit. This is going to be Darty, though. I feel like Darty has to kind of make the play. He's in connector. He's kind of hesitating. The bomb's already making its way down a ramp. So right now, Darty, he's been able to get out of connector. He's already pushing himself inside of jungle. Aris able to find Bowden again. That's the second time. Same position, slightly different angle. Darty comes in from the back lines too. So DJ's gone. He's removed. 2 players remaining. Rec has to hold on. It's 15 seconds with the bomb dropped. He's almost able to find that second, but it's no dice. And all of a sudden now, Swisher, the glass cannon off, needs to come alive, picks up the M4 to see what he can do. The rifler, this is now turned into a winnable position. He does have the HP advantage. Infinite's low, but Infinite with a big swing! And that's a big lead now for 10 rounds for Strife.
Oh, back and forth we go. But again, it's Eris on the Bowden that potentially secures that round there for Strife. Gives so much real estate for Strife to maneuver around the map. It gives them that mid control again. Darty pounces in that CT flank. And Rec really, really needed 2 there. Nearly got it as well. Just 10 HP separating themselves from victory and defeat. But Strife come out on top, fighting tooth and nail. And MisteM, he's on a little bit of a heater with that first kill on a Darty, but goes down. Rec tries to fill that void immediately. Trying to find something individually to pull them over the line. But Strife are playing quite passive here, lads. They're not necessarily... They're playing this buddy system, making sure that these trades are easily available.
Oh man, that was scary. But there we go. No problems, no sweat, I guess. And a Deagle, I guess the biggest threat here. Swisher. Okay, Swisher will get that kill. I was going to say Swisher could be able to find something. He does. I mean, it is still only 3 players remaining here for Strife. There is a MAC-10 picked up too here for DJ, but Swisher needs to be able to find this kill, though. I mean, he does a little bit of a love tap here. Aris does get caught here on the foot, but I'm kind of surprised how much that, Stamina's kind of overexposing himself. I know the smokes are blocking off the vision, but, I mean, that's risky business.
Sadly, ATK cannot punish Stamina's antics. And they'll just continue to play for exits here. DJ would love a MAC-10 kill. So much money to be given over if it's offered up to him. But Stamina, Eris, both aware. Eris gets his double. Infinite with 3 himself. And we've got 11th on the board for Strife. Some really cool calls here from Stamina, running ATK all across the map. And just 5 rounds away from having a stunner of an ECL debut here.
You love to see it. Now they put themselves in this lead, and now we get to see the guns out once again, ATK. Bowden now will put the op back in his hands, not Swisher this time. Just one player, which I believe that was Stamina. He's actually just going to full press here in the middle. He's going to go a bit more quiet. He's going to try to sneak through the smoke. There's a bit of a one-way, bit of a gap, I should say, not a one-way, but now he's able to find that kill and MisteM. Oh my goodness, and Rec barely survives that fight. He will win it, to say the least, but the fact that Stamina was able to do that much damage that quickly in the round, Paladin, ATK's got to be sweating now.
And the A anchor's got to burn his smoke as well, so super hot under the collar on the A side of things for ATK. But Stamina's done his damage. You're exactly right, Laz. Darty looking for something in underpass. Eris as well. He's got a molly out. Swisher punishes. It's got to be Darty to go big here. Does a lot of damage on a boat, and maybe that's the dunk from him. And he converts. Swisher's got to retreat at this point. He knows his position's noted. Tries to switch things up, but Darty finds it. It's too late. Shows a bit too much skin, and Swisher capitalizes. It's into this A play. The bomb's stuck in top mid, and now it's just Infinite. A 1v3, but a really, really difficult one. Perhaps he can just bound his way into the B bomb site, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, he does have that bomb control too. I mean, he's kind of hesitant a little bit that somebody's going to be close on by, but look at ATK. Like you said, they're committed to this A site, so this is actually a small chance here for Infinite to get this bomb down if he wants to. But he's still kind of thinking he needs to go for the fight in middle, so time is dwindling. And this opportunity has just completely shut its door now, so he's just going to save this AK. That little bit of armor with the molly. And it's a tough situation. He obviously has no idea. He was expecting ATK to be all over that bomb, but instead they actually committed 3 players in the A site. And there we go. Right back at it. ATK do have some money. I mean, it's not the greatest, but at least they can kind of spread the love a little bit here. 6K for Infinite, 4 here for Darty, so he can buy himself. So they definitely can force up on this situation. They're just going to bombard this, but a little bit of a halt, though, for now. Nades are finally coming through. Stamina jumps out the window, but nothing at all. No recall here, so now this is just ATK. They've cleaned this up. They make it look so easy. It's a 2-on-4 situation. Bomb down in the worst position here for Strife. They have nothing at all. Clash is able to find that one. He's kind of in the hot seat in this situation. He's kind of lurking, so now ATK, they can just pull back together, play this all as a unit. And exactly what they're going to do. But they have a good read on this, right? They know exactly where he is, and they have a pretty good prediction of where Infinite should be. Oh, damn, Paladin. We were thinking this was going to be a bit of a slugfest, but I think, you know, map 1 was a quick little trail here for what Strife can do. And then now Mirage, things are a nail-biter. Like you said, a tie game coming in. Strife going to probably have to just go for the save on this next one. Maybe work around with some deagles. We have seen them, you know, prevail with them, but, man, that's a lot to ask in this late in the game. Well, and then here we go. Still, we see again, and there's even Clasia's able to find one, but nothing more than that. Infinite now in a tough situation with 14 HP. And there we go. ATK put themselves back in the lead, and a bit of a, you know, kind of a sacrificial round, right? I mean, they were just trying to go something quick and easy, maybe catch them off guard, kind of what ATK did in the first half. But now we're going to see the guns come back out. No op. But it is going to be full rifles coming in. They should be able to have some pretty good utility here for the executes, but it's tough. I mean, I think ATK are definitely playing a different CT side than what we saw from Strife playing on their CT side.
Yeah, and now at this point, Strife have got to go back to what worked for them, and it's that slow defaulting style that overwhelmed ATK. Players like Clasia, players like Darty, who were able to find picks across the map, stamina even. That fast B play not working out in the previous buy round. And now it's this underpass play from Klasia and Eris, trying to get a little bit of control. And they have been given it, frankly. I mean, you've got MisteM peering over top of connector, but very similar to that of Strife, where they don't actually want to aggress for that mid control. They're very happy to give it over, but the difference here is ATK are willing to re-aggress for it after the utility fades. Try to gather that information. You see Swisher trying to peer in. Not being given up anything, though. Stuck behind boxes are Strife, and Eris now finally decides to make his move in underpass.
These three players are close on by, too. Another smoking to block this off. MisteM might be able to have a big firefight. Stamina gets aggressive, and he's able to find that, too. That's a massive opening. Man, they are just prying the site open as much as they can, as quick as they can. But now ATK, the reinforcements are here. They're able to respond, and they respond well. Eris able to get the Galil spray to make it through, and it's still an advantage here for ATK with a 3-on-2. Can they be able to find another one? They will not. Darty, somebody that was on fire for map number 1. A short life in this one for number 24, and it's a 13-11. And ATK only need 3 more to push this thing to the final third map of Overpass.
Stamina given a lucky opening frag there, and you think that maybe they can crack open that A-bomb site. But credit to Rec shutting that down immediately. The A-anchor is stepping up big. And after that, that mid-control is basically null and void. They can't hold on to it if the site hasn't been taken. Ooh. Nice little kill from Infinite, but only Deagle's here. Rifle cannot be retrieved. And I think ATK should be able to march themselves up to 14. A huge task for Strife to try and overcome. They want to close it in 2. Nice shot from Infinite, but
that was a nice shot.
That's about it.
I might come down to this here, Paladin. I mean, again, this is a 14-11. Guns are back out here. Op could be here for the Strife side. Maybe not. Just kidding. They don't want me to know. They don't want to do that. And there we go. Bowden's got the AWP ready to go for himself here, too. It's all come down to this, right? I mean, this round 26 could be everything. If Strife can pick this up, this could put them in a good potential that they could climb themselves back in this game. But if they fall, I mean, this is map point here for ATK. And look at Stamina already getting aggressive. He gets eaten alive. Darty with the trade, but this is ATK now re-aggressing for that mid-control.
And they've made it work. They've gotten the man advantage. Infinite pulls one back, and Bowden leaves. He gives over that mid-control, and DJ decides to give a little bit more aggression to peer on over the B apps. Klasia taking matters in his own hands, though, with a little bit of an A contact play himself. We've seen what this guy can do. Open up these bomb sites. But Eris tries his hand as well. Nothing being offered up on that side. Actually taking the brunt of the damage, under half health at this point. Oh, it's a matter of timing for Klasia.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he'll be able to spot out Rex. So even if he calls the reinforcements coming to this A bomb site, Rex got the power position to close things out here. If he holds the timing, maybe stops the bomb plan as well. So a really tough round here for Strife to convert. And Klasia's gotten a lot of false info here. Even if he gets that kill, you know. 30 seconds left up in this.
Rex actually peeking, I think, too. I think he's actually... I don't know if he's committed to it. Actually, Infinite does read him. Oh, man. Like you said, he was in such a powerful position. I think he over-peeked. Thinking he needed to commit to the fight. To, you know, kind of bring something back into their favor. But now Strife, they respond back. I cannot believe that Klasia was able to win that fight against Bowden. I thought he was dead. I thought Bowden saw just the tip of the AK, but I guess maybe not.
Yeah.
And there we go. 12 gained. I mean, just like that, DJ needing to keep this AK in the hands just to get those guns kind of rotated.
That was so big from Klasia. I mean, it felt like a concession frag, but turns out, I mean, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Rec could not take it. He needed to swing. And I don't blame him. Perhaps a little bit overzealous. Usually he isn't the type of player to make that kind of a mistake, but how is he to know? You know, how quickly Strifer up onto that A site, and he gets punished. I'm going to assume that this is an ATK timeout, and it is. They understand that the finances are not the prettiest and should we get into that 14-13 territory, that's where, you know, the pressure settles in for a team like ATK, and we know that there have been situations where they've buckled under that kind of pressure.
Well, and even a little bit more here too, because again, like Stamina does have that op ready to go as well. Foden does too, so do have the op deals here for both sides. But like you said, if it gets to a 14-13, I mean, this is where, oh boy, if I was ATK, I'd be sweating a little bit right now. But they're still in a good lead position right now. They still have the 2-round buffer. They have a lot of weapons here on the board. And even just keeping one player in this A site committed, and look at this, they're actually just going to run out a ramp. Stamina tries to get aggressive, but the molly eats him alive, and just like that, ATK, within seconds of this round, they're able to find 2 kills right away.
Huge risk being taken by Strife to get that opening pick, but it doesn't work out this time around. Klasia tries to work in mid as well. It doesn't work out. 3v5 now to stack up against map point. And it's not looking pretty here, Laz. No real estate being offered up, apart from maybe a little bit of this app's aggression from Eris, but I think DJ's going to want to clear this out sooner rather than later here.
Yeah, it's double players too from ATK here in the B side, right? I mean, again, it is going to be Bowden, and that is DJ here, kind of making a bit of a tower for themselves here. But I wonder what they want to do with this. Eris is kind of being that lurk. Infinite, he needs to find this kill. That timing, Swisher actually backs away from it. They might be able to get him off guard. They might be able to find that. And look at that there. Eris able to find that duel somehow, some way. Now they're able to pick up more kills. They've been able to find 2 within seconds. Still ATK though. They have 2 players in this B site. The bomb is making its rotation to here now. Reinforcements are coming alive. The market smoke's going to come in. But nobody's there. Eris able to find another one. This lurk is magnificent. And another one. Eris is just taking this round solely. He wants the 13. And Reck now, he needs to come up big with a 1-on-3.
Such a tough position for Reck at this point. Sure, you've got a smoke. Sure, you've got a kit. But Infinite's watching for this. He's well aware. He takes him down. What a round from Eris, man. I mean, the impact on some of these rounds on the T side to convert has been massive. Sure, he's 16-20, but I can guarantee you that those 16 frags have been quintessential to Strife keeping it competitive here.
Oh, man. And I mean, indeed, in Strife now, they're going to call this timeout. And I mean, rightfully so. I mean, that was a round, like you were saying, like it did not look good. They were like on paper, shouldn't have been their round. But the fact that Eris was able to find multi-kills like that, they got to clear those comms. They have to figure out what do they do, because they know ATK's money is in the trash bin. They know they got nothing to work with. And this is now a moment where they can bring things back to a tie game.
No buy from ATK. They don't want to try and fight back for 15, and I understand. It makes sense. But momentum continues to build for Strife, and I'm sure the camp is feeling really, really good right now, especially with those kinds of frags from Eris. I mean, you don't see those kinds of entries every day.
Yeah, definitely from someone that was kind of, you know, stepping away from playing a lot, right? I mean, he was taking a bit of a break, it seemed like, and he's still coming up big. He's pulling up some massive kills to keep Strife here in this game. And right now, this is where, you know, teams in this kind of a position, I feel like they can definitely overthink the whole situation, but Stamina has definitely been experienced as an IGL. We'll have to see what they want to do as a unit. Now it's ATK grouped up here in connector. Look at the USPs. A little bit of a triangle. Stamina finds one. Maybe expecting a little bit more. Darty. He's able to find both. That's all good. And now the only purchase here from ATK is that P250. And it's just Klasia now. See if he can be able to find this kill. They're still committing to it though, Paladin. They ain't messing around,
Oh,
and there it
no.
is, Wreck. Okay, hang on. I was thinking that could have been done.
Real nerve-wracking there. They're aware of Swisher's presence. This should be done here. I think at this point, if you're Swisher, you can try to collect a rifle, maybe fight in connector. But I think they're aware of that possibility as well.
They haven't put any attention to it yet, which is kind of weird, but they do have a flash, so they might try to go for the peek. No, Eris is just going to go into a dry. There we go, folks. We're back to a tie game. And money now available for ATK. They can definitely put the guns back on the board. They could glass cannon off it. They are going to commit to this. I didn't think they were going to. But they are feeling confident enough, Paladin. I don't know how you feel about this.
I think it's all right. I think they understand that they want to finish it off in regulation. They put all the chips down. It's a risk for sure, but they understand the gravitas of such a round. Swisher makes the cat jump, tries to take an aggressive duel. Darty, flubbing his utility there, takes a little bit more damage than needed, and he just gets absolutely dunked on from MisteM. Huge read there from the IGL to get themselves the 5v4. And it's propelled Strife to try to make a radical decision. They poised themselves for this A play. And Reck will probably just sit in the back of Ticket, see if he can get a kill back early. And they'll try to play the retake late. MisteM and Swisher can have that early rotate as quick as possible.
And this is where normally Strife, they're kind of in the advantage situation for them to be in the disadvantage with the 4-on-5. This is a little bit more pressure for them, like you said. Now they've thrown all the utility. ATK coming in for the rotates. Look at this, no messing around. They're not even going to hesitate. They're going to commit everybody here. Bomb is going to go down. Infinite does bring things back. Look at this. He's still able to go through a smoke, and he's able to find another kill. Back to the 3-3. Stamina, putting that off to work. Swisher able with a reply back. What is going on? This is chaotic. And now it's kind of flipped its own down to a 2v2. Bowden just tapping the bomb, and Klasia now gets the spam through, and Swisher, a decision if he wants to commit to this or if he's going to save the op to push overtime. And there's no time anymore. They have to, and now Strife will put themselves a map in series point.
And he's not going to be able to save it either. Klasia is jumping over the crosshair. Oh, that's such insult to injury for ATK. And look at this, man. Pots and pans for the CTs to hold on to. Bowden's got a rifle, but he's got no armor. He'll scout instead. But what a call from Strife, and you gotta give credit to Infinite, man. The balls on this guy to just go barraging through the CT smoke and getting an extra kill, getting so much information for his team. And they find a way to shut it down.
Such good fashion too, right? And now look at this. I mean, a little bit more attention here from Strife. They're going to maybe commit towards this B side. I mean, there is just one player, DJ. MP9 with a smoke. That's all he's bragging about right now. I mean, like you said, pots and pans of, the purchase here for ATK. Just gasping for air to get themselves here alive. Round number 30, it's do or die. And I mean, Strife, plenty of utility, plenty of time that they can work with. But ATK have kind of put this thought that they want to play an aggressive mid, and this might be big for Swisher. He might have the perfect lineup. Look at how close he is.
He's done this a couple of times, and they're going to flash him into play. But they actually play anti, and Stamina reaggresses, catches, and capitalizes on Swisher. A 5v4 advantage for Strife now. And they've converted so many of these throughout this series. It feels like when they're in this position, they cannot lose. They're still a little bit discombobulated at this point. You've got two players sitting in connector, one in Palace, and two in apartments. But the bomb is leaning to that B side. And they're going to try to sell a little bit of a fake here. Infinite and Klasia up to the task. 3 players still on this A site. Oh, this is so hard. Yeah, this is so hard for ATK to convert.
Oh, and Reck's the only player, and there you go. His presence is known. The bomb's already made its way in this B site. This might be it. This might be all over.
Oh, knife.
Oh my goodness, the knife's out to a gunfight. Klasia trying to just throw a little bit of a disrespect on it. And now Reck has to come up with a 1-on-3. Does have a kit, though. So he does have a little bit more to brag about in this. But now he's able to find 2 more. Hang on a second. Things have kind of switched around. All of a sudden, a disadvantage is now turned into a 1v1. But Darty, he's going to be able to put the bullet to the brain And that's going to be Strife that are going to be able to bring up that 2-0 and getting themselves some redemption.
I thought this was going to be a 3-map affair. I thought this was going to be an absolute slugfest. And sure, we had that on Mirage. But, I mean, that tail end of the